Shortly after the Supreme Court gave President Trump the green light to fast-track deportations using the Alien Enemies Act, justices reversed themselves in a new appeal. In a rare midnight order on Saturday, a majority of justices blocked the Trump administration from deporting a group of illegal migrants in Texas using the 200-year-old Wartime Act. Justices Clarence Thomas and Samuel Alito were the only two who dissented. Let's break all this down. What does it mean with our good friend, judicial analyst, Judge Andrew Napolitano? I mean, first they said you can do it, now they said they can't.
So this is a very unusual case. The migrants are in Texas at a holding facility not far from the airport. Their lawyers file complaints with a federal district court judge who has jurisdiction over the holding facility and the airport. The judge turns them down. Okay, he finds nothing wrong, and it's time for these guys to go. They then do a very unusual thing. They file an appeal to the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals in New Orleans, the right thing to do. They also file an emergency appeal to the Supreme Court, unheard of. Both appeals pending Saturday afternoon. Saturday evening, the Supreme Court rules 7-2. Do not send them to Venezuela or El Salvador until we can examine the case. In the meantime, the Federal Appeals Court rules send them. There's no impediment. There's no law holding them back. Obviously, the Supreme Court decision trumps, no pun intended, trumps the appellate court decision. Justice Alito makes a very, very prudent dissent. He says, wait a minute. We have never prevented the government from performing a governmental function without hearing from the government. They didn't even have time to file a reply. These papers came in at 5:30 on a Saturday afternoon. At 11:30 at night, we're ruling on just one side's argument? But that's where we are today.
And they also skipped a step with the Court of Appeals.
Correct. So the Court of Appeals opinion is now moot. This is all in the emergency phase. So when the Supreme Court said, do not send them, there's no opinion. There's no reasoning. There's no rationale. There's just the order. We will eventually get to this when we get to it. In the meantime, you can't send them out. So the DOJ is understandably scratching its head. What does the court want us to do? If they don't tell us what we did wrong, how can we possibly comply with the law? So bottom line, all this is on hold. Supreme Court is sending a very direct, even rough message to the administration: dial it back.
So what does this mean, though, when you have Justices Kavanaugh, Coney Barrett, and then Chief Justice Roberts all joining in this emergency, unprecedented kind of ruling where you didn't even wait for the appeals court, you just immediately jumped in and said, whoa, stop it, stop the train?
Two key words that you used, Counselor: emergency and unprecedented. This emergency stuff is dangerous. The court should not be ruling in an emergency capacity. It should really hear arguments from both sides, require briefs. If there's no time for oral argument, I get it. But give the government the opportunity to be heard. When the Supreme Court doesn't give one side the opportunity to be heard, and that side is the government, they are really sending a message. We don't care what you say. What you're trying to do is so profoundly wrong, unconscionable, unconstitutional, we're going to stop you. By the way, you can make your argument now while they're staying in jail, and then in Texas, and then we may decide you might be able to deport them. Add to this, the last ruling that said they can use the Enemy Alien Act said everybody's entitled to a hearing. They didn't give any of these people a hearing. That may very well be what motivated the court.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.